So I think at this point we can all agree that T.I. is a complete waste of space. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? I got the black V-neck on, so y'all know what time it is, girl. I don't think y'all have to put on any headphones too much because it's a turkey day, it's a little holiday, so I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of something. People have been asking my opinions on the Red Table Talk with T.I. T.I., you all know the whole situation with him and Hyman Gay with his daughter Deja. I don't have to catch you up to speed on that. But T.I. and Tiny went on the Red Table Talk, or as my friend would call it, the Red Clown Nose Table Talk, because that is exactly what T.I. turned that into. He turned that big table that was inviting and talked about a lot of issues and made it a clown sensational situation. So T.I. and Tiny sat down with Jada and Jada's mother, and Willow Smith was unavailable. I'll tell you why I think Willow Smith was unavailable. I think Willow Smith was going to be unscripted, and I think that Willow Smith was going to go in on T.I., and I don't think they can assure that Willow was going to be following the script. So Jada and Will are definitely Willow's child, but you can tell that sis does not, she don't really care about biting her tongue and letting it know what is going on. And I don't think Willow would allow T.I. to just sit up there and just dance around the questions and stuff and not be truly held accountable. Now, when it comes to accountability on something like this, on this scale, you have to be kind of strategic, because you don't want to necessarily push them away. You want to have a conversation, but at the same time, you don't want this, the celebrity to use you to kind of calm down the nerves and be like, okay, look, that was me being accountable, but it really was no accountability involved. That's why I think Willow was not on there. I think if any time that Willow should have been there besides saying, yes, it was this time and this moment. Deja was not there, and honestly, Deja, I'm on the fence. If Deja wanted to be on there to talk about and tell how she feels, I think she is in every right to do that, but I don't think she's interested in doing that. But T.I. and Tiny going on there and talking about the situation with this girl's body makes absolutely no sense at all. And T.I. this is a man that doesn't even know what patriarchy means. This is a man who has prided himself of knowing all these big words and not know any meaning of them. I knew that T.I. was a buffoon, because this man prouds himself of knowing all these words but not knowing the meaning. And we saw that, for him not to know patriarchy. That you skipped the letter P's when you was looking through the thesauruses in the dictionaries while you was in jail. You can see how he treats his wife Tiny. And honestly, let me tell you something. I'm going to get into it real, and I hope I'm not being disrespectful, but you can kind of tell what Tiny has changed her body so much and stuff. And I'm not body shaming, because Tiny can do whatever she wants to do with her body. She has agency to that. I can't say anything about it, but I will say I would not be surprised if Tiny changes and shape shifts to make T.I. see her as more valuable and more attractive. Because T.I. has been known to cheat. And even then you laughed about it. Tiny said that she has never cheated on him. She's never had sex with somebody outside of her, like their marriage. And T.I. made a joke and said, well, I never lied to her. And it's trash. It's trash. Sit down. People don't know at the time. This is what T.I. is saying. T.I. and Tiny are saying people did not know at the time that this wasn't while she was 18 years old. This was when she was 15, 16. First of all, like, people are even saying, girl, why is she being checked? Why is she going to gynecologist at such an early age and so often? Like, so many people have questions about that. Now, we are not privy to that type of information, but T.I. has opened the door for us to be concerned about it, because he's talked about that on a public podcast. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And T.I. doesn't get it, because T.I. does not want to get it. T.I. doesn't understand patriarchy, but he exhibits everything that patriarchy is. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, listening to T.I. talk and saying that he cares and, what am I supposed to do? I'm concerned about my child. No, you're not. You're not. And that's some of these things that these fathers think they're doing, that they're protecting their daughters and they're keeping them from whatever. You are upholding patriarchy, because all you're doing It's just, all sis gonna do, you can do whatever you want to try to protect agency of this child's body and doing whatever. You can do all of those things, but that child's gonna find a way to do whatever. So what you need to be doing is when you have sons, you need to talk to these sons the same way you're talking to your daughters. You need to be telling your sons, like, consent. You need to be teaching them all of these things, because honestly, there are little TIs walking around trying to get your daughter's goodies and her goodness, or whatever you want to call it this week. And I know you don't get it, you don't understand, because the fact that you had said, if my son gets somebody pregnant, my household doesn't change that much. It should change. It should change. And that's what you need to be instilling. That if my son goes out and get another person pregnant, if they go out and get a girl pregnant or whatever, we are both parenting this. Like, this is a dual situation. But in T.I.'s mind, and a lot of men like T.I., they feel like that's on me. That's not on me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Here's a couple of dollars a month. Here's some Pampers. I ain't got to worry about all of that. And that type of stuff is dangerous. And it continues to be a cycle of foolishness. The fact that he even said that and felt comfortable saying that your child should be going over there doing all of the things that the daughter's doing. They should be spending time with the son, the child, the parents. On both sides should be, co-parenting. Like, what do you mean that it doesn't change that much? Like, and that's the thing that once a woman gets pregnant, it's on them. Once a girl gets pregnant or a person gets pregnant, that's on them. I ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And that is foolishness. So T.I. said he's not, quote unquote, protecting virginity, but you are. Virginity is a construct. It's a social construct anyway. It doesn't do anything but just hold women to a different type of standard that men are not. It's just a bunch of mess. And we can go back and look at T.I. T.I. to myself. I'm screaming at the fact that T.I. thinks that we don't know him. T.I., we know you. We know you, but you don't know me. But we do know you, bruh. We know you. We've been paying attention to you, and you've not been fooling any of us. This is not the first time that you've said something out the way. You were the same person out here allowing Young Ma to be harassed, another female rapper to be harassed. And you didn't do anything but laugh and grin with the person who was harassing her. Then when it came to Lauren London, then you ready to boast up because you want to protect Lauren London. No, man, you was protecting Nipsey Hussle's property. That's all you were doing. Even when he in the ground laying up, you still protecting her as property of him. Man, that's how you see it. I told y'all that when it happened. I told you all that. T.I. is trash. He's just trash. He's just trash. I'm really looking at Jada kind of funny because I don't feel like, I like Jada. I love her. But sometimes that kumbaya, this mother love type of stuff that she does, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, Jada. I'm not saying that you had to go off on T.I., but T.I. used y'all platform to make it seem as though he was held accountable, and he was not held accountable. Anybody that watched that, your Tawana Burks, all these feminists, they ain't see no accountability on that. You allowed this man to explain himself in a way that like, oh, okay, I made a mistake as a parent. No, you did not. Your mindset is a whole mistake that you continue to perpetuate. Like you're not trying to clean up what you've been doing, upholding patriarchy. You're not interested in doing that. And then the fact that you said, well, have women explain this? You have internet, you have money, you have resources, you have all of this, but you asking women, the ones who are being oppressed by patriarchy, to teach you about it. Are you out your rabbit mind? You have got to be on it. You got to be on something, because that ain't making no sense. Red Table Talk Part 2 is coming out soon, and they're going to be talking about the infidelity with both of them. And I'm going to be talking about it because, girl, I feel for Tiny. I feel bad for Tiny sometimes. I really feel bad for her because sis be really out here, you know, just loving her man. And she just looked very, like, Tiny, you look very silly sitting next to your man and talking, and you didn't have no words to say. You're like a little lost child. And I hated that. And I don't want to hold Tiny responsible for how trash her husband is. But it's just, girl, you just like sitting there, and it's just, even though it's not your child, it's just, oh my gosh, you were just giving us very much Angela Yee. And I just, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. And I felt bad for you at the same time. But T.I. doesn't care. T.I. doesn't care. He thinks he's doing a service by protecting his daughter from whoever, the little monsters. And T.I. don't even know that he's one of the monsters that we need to be protected from. So tell me what y'all think about all that, girl, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.